Welcome to the deep dive. You send us the stuff you're reading, and we figure out what really matters. Today we're digging into something called Java burn.
Right. And we've got a couple of sources here. First, some info pulled directly from the Java Burn official website. And
Yeah.
then also a review piece. It's titled Java Burn Under Review, the Best Healthy Coffee Option for.
Okay, so our mission today is basically to cut through the marketing, get to the core of what Java burn actually is. We want to understand what it claims to do, how it supposedly works, what's in it, the benefits they talk about, and how it compares to other things out there. Really give you a clear picture based on this info.
Definitely. And just to kick things off, here's something that definitely caught my eye. Java Burn is positioned as, get this, the world's first and only 100% safe, natural, and tasteless coffee enhancer for weight management.
Wow, okay. First and only. That's bold.
It is. It suggests they're trying to completely change how people think about their daily coffee, maybe even linking it directly to fat loss potential.
Interesting angle. Using coffee for weight management. But maybe let's back up a tiny bit. Why would people even look for something like this? I mean, weight management is tough.
Oh, absolutely. The review source really points that out. Despite all the diets, the gym memberships, the endless advice,
Mhm.
actually achieving and keeping a healthy weight, it can feel like a real uphill battle for a lot of folks. It even talks about this idea of a hidden battle, something beyond just, eating less and moving more.
Hidden battle. Like what?
Well, the sources suggest things like your metabolism maybe not firing on all cylinders, hormonal stuff playing a role, even just the chronic stress we all seem to live with. It's not always straightforward.
Yeah, that rings true. Sometimes you feel like you're doing everything right, but nothing
Yeah,
changes.
exactly. And the review notes that naturally, as we get older, our metabolism tends to slow down a bit. We just don't burn calories quite as easily.
Yep.
Then you add in modern life, right? Sitting at desks all day, maybe eating more processed foods than we should, not getting enough sleep, all that stress just kind of piles on.
And we're always looking for that magic bullet, aren't we? We
Right.
see those quick fixes, the energy drinks that give you jitters, those really restrictive diets, the pills promising the world.
Yeah, and often those come with side effects or just aren't sustainable. The review sort of contrasts those with the need for something realistic, something you can actually stick with. And that's where Java Burn seems to fit in. It's not pitched as this massive life overhaul. It's more like a little boost added to a habit most people already have.
Drinking coffee.
Exactly, drinking coffee. The idea is it fits right into your routine. It might help address some of those underlying things, the slower metabolism, maybe not using nutrients efficiently, that lack of sustained energy,
Yeah.
especially if you feel like you're making pretty good choices already.
So it's trying to simplify things by piggybacking on that daily coffee. Okay,
Mhm.
I get the appeal. So how does it claim to work then? What happens when you stir it in?
Okay, so according to the sources, you add this powder, which is flavorless, remember, to your morning coffee, and it supposedly kicks off a thermogenic reaction.
Thermogenic, meaning it heats things up, burns more calories.
That's the concept, yeah. It's called nutritional thermogenesis. Your body uses energy burns calories to create heat. This can increase your resting metabolic rate. Now, coffee itself, the caffeine in it, has a bit of a thermogenic effect anyway,
Right.
but Java Burn claims its specific mix of ingredients amps that up significantly, potentially leading to more fat being burned, especially, they say, if you drink it before you eat, like in a fasted state.
Okay, so it's like turbocharging your coffee's fat-burning potential. How? Like what's inside doing the work?
Well, the sources highlight a few key players working together. First, there's green tea extract, specifically a compound called EGCG, and also chlorogenic acid, which comes from green coffee beans, interestingly enough.
Yep.
These are supposed to boost calorie burning and fat oxidation, but also help manage blood sugar. Better blood sugar control can mean less fat storage. And the review even mentions EGCG might stimulate brown adipose tissue. That's the good fat that actually burns calories.
Huh. Brown fat. Interesting. So those are mainly to the fat-burning side. What else?
Then you've got L-carnitine. You can think of L-carnitine as like a delivery truck. It helps shuttle fatty acids into the mitochondria in your cells.
The powerhouses.
Exactly, where they get burned for energy. So it makes your stored fat more accessible as fuel. There's also chromium. That's mainly about regulating blood sugar, keeping energy stable, maybe reducing those cravings.
Oh, cravings are killer.
Tell me about it. So chromium helps with carbohydrate metabolism, potentially stopping excess sugar from turning into fat.
Okay, so fat burning, fat transport, blood sugar.
Yeah.
What about the mental side? that coffee focus, but maybe smoother.
Right, that's where L-theanine comes in. It's an amino acid often found in green tea. It's known for promoting sort of a calm alertness. The idea is it smooths out the caffeine buzz, so you get the focus, the clarity, but hopefully without the jitters or that crash later. The review called it laser-sharp focus without the crash. And finally, they include vitamins B6 and B12. These are just crucial for overall energy metabolism, nervous system health, turning food into energy ATP, and supporting cognitive function.
So it's aiming for physical and mental energy, not just weight loss. And the coffee itself is the key to delivering all this.
Yeah, the sources suggest the coffee actually helps your body absorb these ingredients. Better increases bioavailability is the technical term. So it's presented as this super simple morning ritual. Minimal effort, but it gives your metabolism a nudge. The review frames it as science-backed, working with your body's natural processes, just enhancing that thermogenic response from the caffeine. It might make your body better at switching between fuel sources, burning fat more efficiently, giving you more steady energy.
So the pitch is coffee plus this specific blend, a daily tool for fat burning, energy, and maybe making weight management a bit more sustainable.
That's the core message, yeah. And it probably makes sense to zoom in a bit more on those specific ingredients they mention are clinically backed.
Good idea. Let's put them under the microscope. What does each one supposedly do? Start with that green tea extract, EGCG.
Okay, EGCG. Both sources really talk it up as a powerful antioxidant and thermogenic booster. It's meant to help you burn more fat, maybe stimulate that brown fat we talked about, plus potential benefits for heart health and insulin sensitivity. And they really emphasize how well it works with caffeine, like a team effort.
A synergy, right, okay. What about the chlorogenic acid from green coffee beans?
Right, that's a polyphenol, a type of plant compound. The suggestion is it might slow down how your body absorbs carbohydrates. Fewer blood sugar spikes, lower glucose release, which encourages your body to burn stored fat instead. The review even hints it might help specifically with visceral fat, the stuff around your organs.
That's a big one for a lot of people.
No.
Okay, and L-carnitine again, the transporter.
Exactly, the transporter. It's derived from an amino acid. Its main job is moving those fatty acids into the mitochondria to be burned for fuel. Basically helps your body utilize fat better, especially when you're active, and just helps keep energy levels balanced by turning stored fat into usable power.
Got it. Guiding the fat to the furnace. How about chromium?
Chromium is a mineral, key role in blood sugar management and improving insulin response. Better blood sugar means fewer cravings, more stable energy, huge for sticking to healthy habits. It's also mentioned it might help you hold on to lean muscle while you're losing fat.
Which is super important for metabolism.
Okay.
Okay, L-theanine, the caffeine smoother outer.
That's the one. Found in green tea, promotes that calm but alert feeling. It dials back the potential caffeine jitters while supporting focus and attention. The caffeine L-theanine combo is often praised for boosting productivity and mood, minus the crash.
Definitely sounds appealing for us coffee lovers. And lastly, the B vitamins, B6 and B12.
Essential stuff. Crucial for converting food to energy. They support your nervous system, help reduce fatigue, aid red blood cell formation. Including them seems aimed at filling nutritional gaps and just making sure your overall metabolism is running smoothly.
It really is quite a mix, isn't it? Covering several bases. And the review mentions some things the formula doesn't have.
Yeah, it specifically highlights it's non-GMO, gluten-free, vegetarian-friendly, and has no preservatives. And importantly, no artificial stimulants or chemicals they deem harmful. So the picture they paint is a multi-pathway approach: thermogenesis, fat transport, blood sugar, focus, all aiming for natural weight support and energy.
Okay, that gives us a really good sense of the what and how. Now let's talk results, or at least the claimed benefits. What are the main advantages supposed to be if you start using this?
Well, the review really bangs the drum about how easy it is to integrate. That's a big plus right there. But beyond that, it lists a few key things. First, daily metabolism support. Those thermogenic ingredients are meant to give your resting metabolic rate a boost. Burn more calories just existing, basically, leading to gradual fat loss without, drastic measures. And it supposedly starts working pretty quickly after you drink it and keeps going for hours, like a slow burn all day.
Working behind the scenes even when you're at your desk. Okay, what else?
Second, sustainable fat burning. Ingredients like the L-carnitine, EGCG, chlorogenic acid, they're supposed to help your body actually break down and use stored fat, both when you're active and when you're resting, and maybe even target those stubborn fat spots.
Always a popular claim. What about energy? Lots of people want more energy.
Definitely. Increased energy and focus is a big one. That combo of caffeine balanced by L-theanine plus the B vitamins. It's meant to lift your energy and sharpen focus without using harsh synthetic stimulants. No jitters, no crash is the promise. Users apparently report feeling more alert and clear-headed.
And what about appetite? Those cravings that can just sabotage everything.
Yeah, appetite and craving control is mentioned, though maybe more indirectly. By helping regulate blood sugar with chromium, the idea is you avoid those energy crashes that make you reach for sugary snacks. Could be especially helpful if you're doing intermittent fasting or just trying to cut back on calories overall.
Makes sense. Stable blood sugar, fewer desperate searches for cookies, and back to the beginning, the simplicity.
Absolutely. Easy and effortless integration. Tasteless packet, dissolves right in, doesn't mess with your coffee's taste, no extra steps. The review even calls it a top-rated solution, partly because it's so convenient. So yeah, the overall package is energy, metabolism, weight support, wellness, all wrapped up in something super easy to do.
Okay, it sounds almost too easy. Just stir it in. But let's get specific. What's the recommended way to use it for, best results?
They really do stress the simplicity. One packet, regular coffee, once a day, stir it in, done. The recommendation is definitely the morning. That way, you get those thermogenic effects potentially working for you throughout the day. Easiest part of your morning, potentially.
Makes sense, timing-wise.
Yeah.
How soon might you feel anything?
The review suggests some people notice things like energy shifts within maybe 15 to 30 minutes, but it's really crucial, and both sources emphasize this. It's designed to work with coffee. Because of that caffeine synergy, they strongly advise against mixing it with tea or other drinks if you want the intended metabolic effects. Coffee is the magic ingredient here.
Got it. Stick to coffee. No sneaking it into your orange juice.
Probably not the best idea, no. And they do add the usual caveats: stay hydrated, eat a balanced diet. These things help optimize results, especially if you're doing IF or low carb. But again, it's designed to offer benefits even without major diet overhauls, though healthy habits will likely amplify things.
And it definitely seems tailor-made for busy lives. Grab and go, basically.
Totally. It's positioned as great for people who forget pills or just find that whole routine annoying. The bottom line they push is 1 cup, 1 packet, once a day, a potential metabolic boost without really thinking about it.
Convenience is king, for sure. Okay, practicality time. What does it cost? Where do you get it? Let's talk pricing and availability.
Right. Both sources are very clear. JavaBurn is only sold on their official website, javaburn.com. They really stress this exclusivity is to make sure you get the real deal, it's fresh, and that their money-back guarantee actually applies.
So no Amazon, no health food stores. Why only direct?
The review explains it's about control. Avoiding counterfeits, avoiding random sellers marking up the price, and making sure you have a direct line to customer support and the official refund process. Buying direct is the only way to guarantee you're getting genuine Java burn and that 60-day guarantee.
Okay, official website it is. What are the price points? Do they offer deals?
Yeah, usually 3 options. A single pouch, that's a 30-day supply, is $69 plus shipping. Then there's a 3-pouch deal, a 90-day supply. That's a $117 total, so it drops to $39 per pouch, plus shipping. And the best value, they say, is the 6-pouch option, 180 days worth. That's $210 total, making it $34 per pouch, and that one often includes free shipping.
Okay, so the usual bulk discount applies. More you buy, the cheaper per pouch. Which one do people seem to go for most?
The 3-pouch bundle is often mentioned as the most popular. Probably hits that sweet spot, decent savings, and enough supply to really give it a fair shot, since they often say best results are seen over 60 to 90 days. The 6-pouch is more for people who are committed long-term.
Right. And could they use secure checkout and ship directly? The official site-only thing makes sense for quality control.
Exactly. The review points out the transparency, clear pricing, no sneaky auto-ship programs, and direct customer support if you need it.
Speaking of support, let's talk refunds. That's always huge. What's their policy like?
It sounds pretty good, actually. Both sources highlight a 60-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. And what's really notable is they say this applies even if you've opened and used the pouches. That takes a lot of the risk out of trying it.
Wow. Okay. So if it's not for you after, say, a month and a half, you can still send back what's left and get a refund.
That's the promise. You just email their support at javabun.com. The review says they're responsive, US-based, usually reply in 48 hours. Once they get the product back, they process the refund to your original payment method. And yeah, it applies to all the package sizes.
And definitely no auto ship. You buy it once,
Oh.
that's it until you decide to buy more.
Correct. Very clear on that. No recurring charges,
Yeah.
no subscriptions you have to fight to cancel. You buy what you want when you want. It really comes across as trying to be transparent and stand behind the product.
Okay, that guarantee and the no auto ship definitely build some confidence. Now, this healthy coffee space is crowded. Metabolism boosters are everywhere. How does Java Burn actually try to stand out from the crowd?
Yeah, the review tackles that head on. It admits the market's packed. But it argues Java Burn differentiates itself with its specific, clean formula, that super easy delivery method, and the kind of multi-pronged approach it takes.
So how does it compare to, say, weight loss pills?
Well, the obvious comparison is ease of use. No extra pill to remember. Just stir it into the coffee you're probably already drinking. They also contrast it with some of those skinny coffee products that might be more hype than substance, maybe using ingredients without much backing. Java Burn emphasizes its science angle, using things like EGCG, chlorogenic acid, L-carnitine, chromium ingredients, with at least some clinical support mentioned.
So positioning itself is more grounded in science than some fads.
Exactly, and they distinguish it from meal replacement shakes, too. Java Burn works with your food, your eating style, IF, keto, low carb, balanced, whatever. It's not about replacing meals. And finally, compared to subscription models, they highlight the control you have. One-time purchase, clear guarantee, no hidden fees or cancellation nightmares. The whole message is easy, science-ish, and consumer-friendly. A more professional approach, perhaps.
Okay, trying to be the sensible, evidence-aware choice in a sometimes wild market.
Yeah.
So pulling all this together, who is this actually for? Who's the ideal person to try Java Burn?
The review had a section on this, sort of an expert take. It suggests it's a really strong option if you're already drinking coffee every day anyway, and you just want a simple way to maybe support your metabolism, get a bit more energy, help with fat burning, without a lot of fuss.
Coffee drinker is step one, obviously. Any other specifics?
Yeah, it might be particularly suited for adults noticing that metabolic slowdown may be due to age, being less active, hormonal shifts. Also, people struggling with stubborn fat, especially belly fat. Busy folks who just don't have time for complicated diets or intense gym schedules. And it could be useful for those doing intermittent fasting or low carb, looking for clean energy in that fasted state. Really, anyone looking for a natural metabolism booster with ingredients that have some science behind them.
It really sounds like it's designed for real life, doesn't it? Not for some idealized version where you have hours for meal prep and workouts.
That's exactly the vibe. Compatible with your routine. No obsessive calorie counting needed, no giving up everything you love, no pills or shakes multiple times a day. It's framed as a metabolic helper, something that enhances your body's own processes when used consistently, along with the basics: hydration, some movement, decent food choices, maybe a fresh angle for people who've tried other things without lasting success.
So, not magic, but maybe a useful tool for certain people living normal lives. Okay, let's wrap this up. What's the final verdict based on these sources? Is Java Burn worth considering?
Well, the review concludes that, compared to many products, Java Burn seems to do a decent job balancing the science claims, the sheer convenience, and the potential for sticking with it long term. It's presented as this straightforward, tasteless coffee add-in that simplifies trying to support metabolism, fat burning, and energy. The consistent highlights are that clean ingredient list with those clinically mentioned compounds, and just how easily it slots into different lifestyles without needing a massive overhaul.
And that low risk factor with the guarantee definitely helps its case.
Absolutely. The clear pricing, no subscription traps, the 60-day guarantee, it all adds up. The review we looked at actually wraps up by calling Java Burn the best coffee-based supplement for 2025, specifically for people wanting a professional-grade, no-fuss way to boost their morning coffee for fat burning and energy.
That's quite the endorsement. Okay, before we officially sign off, let's quickly hit those FAQs, the questions people likely still have.
Sounds good. First up, is Java Burn safe? According to the sources, yes. Made in the USA, FDA-approved, GMP-certified facilities. Ingredients are non-GMO, vegetarian, gluten-free, preservative-free. No artificial fillers or synthetic stimulants mentioned. Ingredients are claimed to be researched and dosed carefully.
Okay, next. Will it work without changing my diet?
The claim is yes, it's designed to help metabolism regardless, but results will likely be better and faster if you combine it with healthy eating, maybe IF, maybe more activity. It's a booster, not a replacement for good habits.
Right. Manages expectations. Can I take it without coffee?
Pretty clear answer, no. It's specifically made to work with coffee, needs that caffeine synergy for the full metabolic effect. Don't mix it with other stuff expecting the same result. Coffee is the key.
Got it. Coffee only.
Mhm.
Any side effects?
Mostly well tolerated, according to the info. No major side effects reported when used as directed. If you're very sensitive to caffeine, maybe start with less coffee. And the standard advice, check with your doctor if you have health conditions or take meds.
Standard, sensible advice. How long until I see results?
Varies per person, of course. Some feel energy appetite changes within a week. For noticeable fat loss, they recommend sticking with it for 30 to 90 days consistently. Hence the popularity of the 3 and 6 month supplies.
Patience and consistency. Okay. And last one. Where do I buy the real thing?
Only one place. The official website, javaburn.com. That ensures authenticity, the guarantee, and customer support access.
All right, I think that covers just about everything from our sources on JavaBurn. Thanks for walking through all that with me.
My pleasure. Always interesting to see the different approaches out there for health and wellness.
So, the core takeaway seems to be JavaBurn is positioned as this super convenient, science-informed coffee enhancer. It aims to help with weight management by focusing on your metabolism and energy levels using a specific blend of natural ingredients.
That sums it up nicely.
And that leads to maybe a final thought for you, the listener. We just talked about how adding one simple packet to your coffee is claimed to significantly impact metabolism. Kind of makes you wonder, what other small, easy-to-integrate tweaks to our daily lives might actually hold surprising power for our overall health? Maybe we underestimate the impact of those consistent, almost effortless little changes. Something to think about.
That's a great point to reflect on.
Remember, everything we discussed today came from the information provided in the JavaBurn official website, excerpts, and the review, JavaBurn Under Review, the best healthy coffee option for. If this sparked your interest, definitely check out those sources for more details. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.